Okay, so hello everyone. So I'm running the podcast called TODO Design, and I'm doing from ceramic to architecture to writing and other various kind of design field, and also many events and then the consultation to promote traditional craft to be updated for today. And so today's presentation is about love. So one of the favorite quote about love is by Goethe. He said, everywhere we learn only from those whom we love. So I'd like to talk about what I learned from what I love, and then how I apply this love to my project. So this is a letter that I received from Takanao Todo. I have some questions to him, and he said, rather than I give you an answer, you have to find an answer from the book that I give you. And so please find an answer by yourself. So that was very inspiring for me to get a message from Takanao Todo. And so since then, I try to travel around the world to find what I love, and start to find out that something that I love is sits in places which is quite compact, and there's an immense difference between the quality between exterior and interior, and it's something that which is very honest. So this is one of my favorite project, Galplacidia from 5th century. And this is another my love, which is a brutalism. Because brutalism in architecture, I think it's the most honest way to express an idea. So this is a Kenzo Tange's Tokyo Cathedral. Another one is a family church by Corbusier, which is completed in 2006 after his death. And so after having these experiences, I try to use this idea as a direct approach in my work. So this is one of the projects I completed in Spain, which means that every smell has the, what's the word in Spanish? It has a character that represent each person. So I constructed a pavilion based on shape of wine barrel, and the inside is painted with a real wine. And each pavilion contains a different wine. It's a cheap wine. It's like €1 per bottle. But when you could put your nose close by, you can kind of smell the aroma, and you can see the kind of differences. So when you walk through, you understand the context of the area. And of course, we had this sort of wine festival afterwards. And then it was great that many people, I was on Santiago de Compostela's path. So many people passed by and smelled. And after that, it was inherited for the winery, which I'm very happy that there's an afterlife for each project. And I carry on this concept. So I constructed a similar idea to look at the distribution of lighthouse in Yokohama City, and realized that the lighthouse is so far away today. So I tried to bring back this sense of light in the city. And so I put a pair of lighthouse-shaped street furniture, and it's hand-generated, so that there's an incentive for people to come and then generate the electricity. So when they generate, this light start to roll at the top, and it illuminates the city of Yokohama, so that this helps to give the sense of destination. I was really happy to see that, especially in the daytime, there are many kids and families start to play with it. And so, so this is something quite interesting, that this sort of symbolic structure has a function to attract people. And then, yeah, and so like the case in Spain, a case in Japan, that there's something quite beautiful about this engagement, as well as the afterlife. So that there are many group of high school kids, they help to paint and construct this pavilion. So after this festival in Yokohama, I inherited this pavilion for the school in Yokohama. And so there's a really nice kind of continuous story for the project. And meanwhile, I'm also practicing as a tea ceremony in Omotesenke. So this is a picture that I took. So I have a love towards tea culture, as well as I also make ceramics. And so ceramic and tea and architecture has a really good relationship, in my opinion. And so I want to understand from a micro scale. And the good inspiration that I had, the left one is the Chojiro's work of a raku, first generation, made 450 years ago. It's amazing ergonomic that they put. And also the other work is a work of Lucy Ri, collaborated with a Mingei artist made in 1952. And this sort of love towards ceramic work start to make me want to make these ceramic works. So these are one of my favorite work that I made in Bangkok. And so that I try to use the local material, and also I try to have the kind of reflection of Bangkok context. So my actualization is that I try to provide this tea culture, Thai culture, and new technology. So this is a tea house that I constructed at the Hub Cafe. So the idea is that there's a demountable structure with a pattern in the screen, and each screen has a slightly different aperture, and it corresponds to the type of light that and the function you need. And also the pattern is deriving from the concrete block pattern in Bangkok, which is very banal and people tend to ignore. So I try to reappreciate of those aesthetic, which is tend to be forgotten and be reintroduced with a new technology using laser cut. And meanwhile, I mean, we as a group, they're all Thai people except me, and then they are enthusiasts on the tea culture. And so that I'm really happy to promote this culture through the sense of collaboration. And through this sort of collision, I kind of imagine that this new culture can emerge. And utensils that we use for the event, I use the combination of digital fabrication and the ceramics, so that there's a word called mitate in Japan that helps to bring this new aesthetic to the tea culture. So, so in this presentation, I hope you get an idea of how I got the inspiration and love and try to execute it as a way to cultural exchange, as well as communicating with the local people. So if you're interested in, you can have a look at my Instagram and the homepage for further works. So thank you for listening to my presentation.